How's everybody doing today? My name is Master Zero, and welcome back to another reaction video. This time we're reacting to the Great High School Nerf War Part 3 by the Sea Rabbit. Alright, so first things first, huge shout out to Agronaut. Thank you so much for reminding me that the series exists, and I know I did this before, man, and I apologize so much. Like, this series and, like, along with a few handful of other series, like, I just cannot remember them for the life of me. Like, I do not know why or, like, what the problem is, but I apologize for waiting, and thank you so much for, like, reminding me. Like, all of y'all guys that have reminded me stuff in the comments, I actually pay attention to that stuff, so thank you. So yeah, on to this. Like, I had to do a little refresher, so because it's been so long. I think it's been like 9 months, but anyway, like, where we last left off, the I guess the hero, the people that we're like trying to root for, I guess, like, they're 2 people down, which is kind of bad because their rival is in the lead, you know, and that's just pretty much all I kind of remember. I kind of did the speed notes in my own video, and I kind of like skimmed through, you know, so this should be really enjoyable. I cannot wait how this concludes, but like, sadly, the main guy is out, so I don't know. He's probably still gonna make this really enjoyable, so without any further ado, here's the Great High School Nerf War Part 3.
Part 3 of the Great High School Nerf
I love
War.
the art style, man. It's so cool.
The odds were against us. The other
The
team
Justice
was ahead.
League.
We had
The flock
only
of pretty
eliminated
ducklings.
one of their members, and they had eliminated 2 of ours.
Yep.
Things
Might not
were
seem
looking
like
grim.
Oh.
Just as a quick recap, I had
Hey,
eliminated
recap, let's
one
go.
of the enemy team.
Thank you for
only
that.
to then be eliminated myself. Which
I do
was
remember
then
that,
followed
actually.
with Jert being eliminated as well.
As they were
May he
running
rest
back
in
to the
peace.
safety.
But we couldn't
May you
just
rest in
give up.
peace.
We had to keep trying.
Hey, maybe
The
the
next
dart
day,
thing goes in
we
your eye, man.
staged
You don't know.
campouts at a couple of the enemy team's houses, both in the morning
Love how he
and
does the
the
eyebrows like real
afternoon,
thick.
but we couldn't
They're
secure
serious.
a kill. We were getting aggressive.
You word it that
but
way,
they
man.
were playing it as
It's a
safe
Nerf
as
war.
they
Calm
could.
down.
On Thursday, we decided to switch our tactics up a bit and track one of the other members.
Oh.
He will be known as Target 3. I was given
okay.
the assignment
No
to
name
keep
Target 3.
reconnaissance on him. We knew where he lived, so I set up a lookout
That's still
spot
within
at
the
a Denny's
rules.
near the entrance to his neighborhood. I was keeping watch to see if he
Dude,
left
just
the
the
house, and if he
amount of
did,
like
he'd have to
planning
drive
they
past me.
do.
Then I would inform
It's
my
astonishing.
teammates who were on standby, and they
Let's
would all
go.
drive to his house and set up an ambush for his return. We suspected he had to go to some sort of school event, which I can't remember what it was, meaning he would
That's
have to
okay.
leave his house. As
We
I
don't need the fine
predicted,
details.
I saw his car drive past. I gave my team the go-ahead, and they took up positions up the road near his house. I kept watch for when he would return. After about 45
He draws cars
minutes,
very
I saw his
good.
car
I can't draw
drive
cars
past
at all.
Again, and I warned my team of his arrival. I'm not sure what happened
Just alarms
after that.
beaming.
I wasn't part of it because I couldn't shoot anyone.
Yeah.
All I know is
Got
about
him.
5 minutes later, I received a text saying that Target 3 had been eliminated.
That's what's up.
We were back in. The score was
Now it's
tied up,
tied.
but we had to make some power moves to finish this thing. There was only 1 day left. On Friday, we got our chance.
Oh.
We got wind of some
Big ear.
information
Bigger
on one
ear.
of the enemy team members.
Juicy
He will
cuss.
be known as
Heard on the grapevine.
Belvin. Apparently,
The
he was
Belvin?
going to a prom at one of the other schools in the area that day.
At another school.
Had
Okay.
it been our own school, we wouldn't have been allowed to shoot him. But since it was another high school,
They
he
found
was
a
fair game.
loophole.
Through some rigorous Facebook stalking, we learned that the prom was being held at some sort of fancy event center by a lake, almost half an hour away from our
You could probably
town.
cut off some time
We
without
had
the
to go
loop-de-loop.
shoot him with a Nerf gun at prom. It was our only chance. This had officially turned into a covert,
If that was
undercover
like
James
any
Bond
other
type
person
mission.
said that sentence, I would have
decided to go a
questioned
bit ahead of my
everything.
teammates in order to scout the area for Belvin.
Because he could.
But I had to blend in. In order to deter any
Uh-huh.
suspicion from the actual
He actually
prom
get a
goers,
tux.
I wore my suit and tie. It
Bro.
almost made me feel like an undercover agent,
Ho
so
ho.
that was pretty cool.
That was pretty
I
cool.
drove there while playing the Mission Impossible theme in the
I was
car.
about to-
And I would also play it in the video, but I can't for copyright reasons.
You could do the
so I'll just
parody.
have
What?
to make my best imitation.
Yes. Yes.
When I arrived, I parked in a spot where I could see the entrance.
Oh
and
my god, I
waited.
love it.
Then, like any
It's
good
still
undercover
going.
agent, I lowered my seat all the way so that my presence was completely undetectable.
Oh, A
except
plus,
for a
man.
few
A
people
plus
that
for
walked by
effort.
my car and saw some
Yeah.
random dude in a suit with the seat fully reclined.
You don't see me.
Nobody said being an undercover agent was easy. A few minutes later, the rest
Oh, I
of my
love it.
team arrived to commence the operation. Still,
The actual
no sign of
shooties.
Belvin. At this point,
Did he
people were
know?
entering the building pretty heavily. We had to keep a sharp eye out or else we'd miss him. It was for only an instant, but I saw him walk by before disappearing behind a car. This was it. I didn't even need to alert my teammates because Jana suddenly walked by in
Let's
pursuit.
go, Jana.
15 seconds later, she was
Oh,
walking
JoJo
back
reference.
towards me. The deed was done. Belvin had been taken out.
Yes.
We ended up winning that round.
That is
beating out
amazing.
the flock of pretty ducklings.
Let's
I
go.
had never been so relieved. We made it
That's
past
how you do it,
week
man.
2, which meant there were 8 teams remaining. The weekend passed by, and we were assigned to face off against the group Who Darted for
Who
week
Darted?
3. Who Darted was basically
word puns,
the
I love 'em.
ROTC dweeb team. No offense to anyone in ROTC. It didn't
I
take much
don't
time
know.
for them to go on the offensive, and I was their first
Boy.
target. One day, I got
What
a
do you mean
ring at the
target?
doorbell. It was
You're out,
someone
aren't
from
you?
my high school, and for some reason his car was parked in the middle of the street. I didn't know
Not
this
weird
guy
or
personally,
suspicious
but
at
we
all?
were acquaintances.
Acquaintances.
He will be known
Got it.
as
Acquaintance?
Bronathan. This was already sketchy. Bronathan said that his car had run out of gas, and he was wondering if I had any to lend him.
A
We
likely
actually didn't have any
story,
gas to lend him,
Bronathan.
but this was an obvious ploy to get me to leave the safety of my home. So I said I'd
he's already
go
out.
check if we had any. See, he didn't know that I had an IQ that was at least in the double
That brain,
digits,
though.
so I knew that Bronathan was a part of the
At
ROTC
least.
program. He wasn't a member of
Them's
Who
double
Darted,
digit
but he
IQ
was
right
definitely
there.
trying to help them.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't about to fall for something so obvious. I
What if he
quickly
actually
started
needed
thinking
gas,
about
though?
how to launch a counterattack. There was definitely an enemy in the area who we'll call Rotzy Boy. I
Okay.
just didn't know where. I grabbed my trusty single shooter because it was the lightest to carry. and
Oh,
went
yeah,
out
it's a
the
new
back
round.
door
I'm
to scan the
stupid. Okay,
perimeter.
yeah.
Sure enough, one of the other team was starting to go around the side of my house, so I circled around the other way in hopes of catching him off
This is
guard.
so elaborate.
As I made my way across the front yard,
You better be a spy.
Bronathan had apparently
You
been
just can't
watching
tell us.
from farther back and started screaming about where I was.
Oh, no.
Rotzy Boy then turned around and the face
Like a robot boy.
I had one shot, so I had to make it count. His gun could carry a lot more darts than mine did,
Oh, cheater.
but he was being careful too.
Is it one of those automatic
I
ones?
slowed my breathing to steady my hand
Hey.
and raised my arm to take aim.
Gotta
There
wanted
was
the
a bit
bullet.
of a breeze to the east,
Curve it.
which meant I had to aim slightly more to the right.
Is he actually gonna curve the
air
bullet?
humidity was at least 70%, which meant
My
my dart
bro.
would travel a bit less distance.
Ichi knows I
In that
apologize.
moment, Rotzy Boy was shifting his weight to the right, meaning I would
Bro,
have to aim
oh
a
my
little bit to his right. But the ground was uneven, and he was about to step on
Does he
an
have the high
area
ground?
which was a bit less elevated, which would both accelerate his movement slightly,
Numbers or it doesn't
as
count.
well as lower his height, which meant I had to make
Proof
sure
of
to
work.
not fire too high. At that moment, everything seemed to stop. I knew
The
exactly
heartbeat.
where to aim. I had taken everything into consideration in order to land the
And then
perfect shot. I fired my gun and watched as my dart
That is
sailed
amazing.
gracefully over his shoulder.
No!
Rats.
Oh.
This put me in a very vulnerable position.
Yeah, he could just straight
I
up just bop.
immediately turned around and sprinted in the opposite direction as fast as I could.
You got a
I didn't
Naruto
have
run,
a
man?
moment to try and reload, or else he'd
Take it that
catch up.
speed.
Luckily, I was faster, so I managed to put some ground between us before doing the smartest thing I
Hey.
could think of in this situation.
Power slide?
Strip.
Oh.
Remember when we talked about the Nerf rules in the
Oh,
first
I got it.
video?
Okay.
You can acquire invincibility,
remember.
but still not shoot back if you stripped down to your underwear.
That's how you
And
do.
That's exactly what I did. I ducked behind a tree and
Hey, man,
immediately
whatever
started
wins.
to tear my clothes off.
Okay.
By the time he caught up, he just found a mostly
Immediately.
naked boy in his recently
like,
acquired
"How
pair
you
of tiny
doing?"
whities. The underwear rule had
Recently
come in clutch
acquired.
to save me from certain defeat.
Wow.
Upon seeing me,
like,
Rotzy Boy realized
no one has
the
ever pulled it
situation
off,
and decided
except
to
him.
retreat because I was scantily clad, but
Thumbnail
also
makes sense.
invulnerable. He was powerless.
That's
So
beautiful.
We walked back to their car, which had plenty of gas.
It's like,
in it,
yeah, and
by
I
the
saw him
way,
almost
to
naked
go
too.
home.
Wasn't fun.
This did put me in an awkward position, however.
Yeah.
I lived in a suburban neighborhood,
Oof.
which was largely populated by families with young children.
Hide your
I
kids.
didn't want to
Hide
walk
your
back
wives.
to my house at the risk of being seen by a neighbor, or even worse, a neighbor's 8-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
I
that's
waited till
bad.
Rotzy Boy was out of sight before I put my clothes on again. But here's the thing.
Oh.
Rotzy Boy and Bronathan hadn't given up so easily.
Oh no.
They probably suspected I wouldn't be so keen to expose myself to the public, so they had simply driven
Smart.
around the
I
corner
mean, that is
to
very
watch
smart.
what I did. When they
Enemy
saw me walking
standpoint.
back fully clothed, Rotzy Boy immediately sprinted directly at me.
That
I
would be
immediately noticed him
terrifying.
running towards me, and I sprinted to my house. The front door wasn't an option because it had a storm door, which would make it longer to get inside, so I continued my dash to the backyard. I jumped the fence, and for some reason, in that moment of panic and confusion, thought I was safe. I turned around and smugly regarded my opponent.
Oh, bro.
Ha, I said, "You can't shoot me on my own property."
That's
He then
be inside,
fired a dart,
though.
which landed squarely on my chest. Apparently, he could. For some reason, I thought that being in the bounds of your own property, whether you were in your house or not, made you invincible. The fence encompassing our backyard was a clear indicator of our property, so I thought that I was safe. The Nerf War moderators later
bringing out the
informed me that I
rules.
was very wrong.
You're wrong.
And had been eliminated. I felt like an idiot. I could have easily kept
he even
going
did
and
the
made it into my
smugness
house,
too.
but
That's
my
what really
misunderstanding
gets
of
it.
the rules led me to turn around and mock my opponent instead.
Yep.
I felt like I deserved to be eliminated.
I mean, I didn't want to say it.
I don't have a very clear memory of what happened in the Nerf War after that.
Oh.
All I know is Gerald also got eliminated somehow, and
The
we
world
weren't
can be
able
cruel.
to get anyone else that week. So,
Oh my.
after eliminating 2 teams, we were defeated.
Aww.
I was honestly relieved to be done
pretty
with the
good
game
though.
at that point.
Yeah, that seems
we
terrifying.
Didn't win, but my life had turned into a nerve-wracking, paranoia-filled mess. I couldn't even walk by a window without looking for a possible enemy hiding in the bushes or watching
I really
the street
enjoy
for
these,
one of the
man.
enemy cars. It dictated my life and put me on edge all the time. It even took me a few weeks after our team was eliminated to return to a normal mental state.
Oh my god.
But I still had a lot of fun and would highly recommend this
You couldn't even see it.
all you high schoolers out there. And thus concludes
I'm good,
the
man.
Great
Like,
high school Nerf
I'm already way
War.
past college, let alone
Anyway,
high
next
school, but okay, bye. Alright, that was really, really enjoyable, man. I know, like, it takes me forever to react to this series, and I really apologize. Like, it's not because I don't appreciate this series. I really, really enjoy this series. I love the art style. Like, if you even want to call it that, it's just a dude doing it on, like, a dry erase board. But, like, I have yet to see that. Well, yeah, I kind of seen it when, like, what was that, like, in, like, 2013 era of YouTube where everyone did, like, the Draw My Life challenge where they explain their life on, like, a dry erase board. Like, I've seen that, but, like, as far as actually doing, like, an entire channel dedicated to that style it's really cool, man. I really, really like that, and it's unique, and it gives its own, like, uniqueness to, like, the whole Storytime aspect of it, you know? Like, yeah, it's a Storytime animation channel, but, like, the way he animates it is something really, really cool, and it's like, you actually have the practical pieces of paper, and he changes the faces by putting a new face on top of the piece of paper, you know? Like, it's simple, but it really works. Like, it really stands out of, like, the differentiate of the channels, you know? I'm gonna bring that word in. I haven't used that in a while, so why not? So yeah, super enjoyable series. I love it with a passion. It was so cool, and it's just nice to see it conclude. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe, ring the bell, become a member. You get videos a day early, and check out the merch. So with that said, I have been Master Zero. Y'all guys have been fantastic, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Later days.